Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the poem Dust of Snow, and it is written by Robert Frost. So in the poetry Dust of Snow, the landscape of New England is beautifully depicted. The poem consists of two stanzas. Each stanza is made up of 4 lines, and the entire poem consists of 8 lines in total. Let's see. Introduction. So, dust of snow refers to the tiny particles of snow. The particles are so small that poet referred to them as dust. The poet was in an awful mood when particles of snow had fallen on him. So, this changed the poet's frame of mind instantly, and his day got a lot better. So this poem tells that even a single moment has a large significance. The poet has mentioned the crow and hemlock tree in this poem. Crow signifies his depressive and sorrowful mood, and hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. Let's see about the first stanza. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. So, dust of snow means fine particles of snow. Shook means that is the past tense of shake. Hemlock means a poisonous tree with small white flowers. So, the way a crow shook down on me. So, in the first stanza, the poet has described a winter's day. He is walking under one such snow-covered hemlock tree. It is named so because it resembles a European plant from which the poison hemlock is made. Thus, the tree cannot be associated with anything positive. However, a crow alighted on the tree suddenly, and because of that sudden motion, snowflakes fell on the poet like rain. The flakes were so light and small that the poet thought that they were like dust particles. The shower of flakes from the hemlock tree has touched the poet in some way. Let's see about the second stanza. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. So, rued means felt sad about or held in regret. So, in this stanza, the poet explains to us exactly in what way the showers of snowflakes had an effect on him. He says that it changed his mood. That is to say, he had been in a sullen or despairing mood, and the snowflakes falling on him all of a sudden gladdened his heart. In addition to this, there was another effect that the shower of snowflakes had on the poet. He says that that particular day was one that he had not been looking forward to, and in fact, it was not going too well either. He had decided in his mind that the particular day would go waste. However, the shower of dust like snow on his shoulder changed his mood. So it made him feel that the day had not been a complete waste. At least some part of that day had been pleasant, since it had given him a new experience that he could treasure, as well as the material for another one of his wonderful poetic composition. So, the simple thing the poet wants to tell us that a simple moment proves to be very significant and save our rest of the day from being wasted whenever we felt that our whole day that has ruined, means when we are thinking that the day that has been wasted and held in regret, so on that moment that the simple movement proves to be a very significant. Let's see about the question answer of this poem. So the first one is, what is a dust of snow, and what does the poet say has changed his mood, and how has the poet's mood changed? So dust of snow, as earlier I told you that a dust of snow means the fine particles of snow. And what does the poet say has changed his mood? So this dust of snow has changed the poet's mood, and the poet's mood changed from that of dismay to joy. He was holding the day in regret when this dust of snow fell on him, and this simple or the little thing brought him some joy. Second question, how does Frost present nature in this poem? And the following questions may help you to think of an answer. The first part is, what are the birds that are usually named in poems? And do you think a crow is often mentioned in the poems? Or what images come to your mind when you think of a crow? So the first one is, what are the birds that are usually named in the poem? So students, you have already heard about the birds like cuckoo or nightingale or sparrows or doves. So these types of birds, these are the name that has usually poet has used in their poems. So Frost has represented nature in quite an unconventional manner. So while in other nature poems we come across birds such as nightingale or sparrows, we can say that Frost has used a crow in this poem, and a crow can be associated with something dark, black, forbidding. So that is why the other poet usually mention singing nightingales or beautiful white doves in their poems. Second part, again, what is a hemlock tree? And why doesn't the poet write about a more beautiful tree such as a maple or an oak or a pine? So this question is also, it is same reference to the question number 1. So also the poet has written about a hemlock tree, which is a poisonous tree. Or he has not written about a more beautiful tree such as maple or oak or pine, because these trees symbolize beauty and happiness. So Frost wanted to symbolize the feelings of sadness and regret. So which is why he has used a hemlock tree. Third question means third part of this question. What do the crow and hemlock represent? Joy or sorrow? Or what does the dust of snow that the crow shakes off a hemlock tree stand for? So the crow and the hemlock tree represent sorrow. The dust of snow the dust of snow that is shaken off of the hemlock tree by the crow stands for joy that Frost experiences. So he has therefore used an unconventional tree and bird in order to contrast them with joy in form of snow. Next question, question number 3. Have there been times when you felt depressed or hopeless? Or have you experienced a similar moment that changed your mood that day? So it is up to you only. So according to me, if I talk about me, so yes, I felt depressed and hopeless on several occasions. But I strongly believe that if winter comes, so can spring be far behind? So this is your own experience on this question. You have to mention your own experience according to your thoughts or according to your feelings. So students, I hope that you have got the idea about this poem. Thank you.